are going to be going up against Team Private Profiles in what is set to be the last set of matches in round 5 before we move on to semifinals and finals.
And here we go.
And it's going to be Oasis as our first map.
Looks like we're going to start in the garden map with our nice algae-covered walls.
Yep. Again, we had to turn down our settings so we could actually stream properly. We're going to try and troubleshoot that for next time so that way we can have the highest quality graphics on the stream for y'all. So I've got a sneaking suspicion that Team Private Profiles, who've been doing really well this whole match, or this whole tournament, are going to do well this time around. I hope the Sauce Bros have learned their lessons from the other games that they have played and start to cooperate more as a team rather than acting as independent cells within a greater whole to work just as 6 people going in at one time. So
we've got the teams spawning in now with their champion selections. And it looks
it's
like
a pretty
we've got
good selection going on. Not too tanky on the side of
Private Profiles.
Yep.
I don't think they actually have. They've got one main tank, I think. They've actually switched over to a
There we
Roadhog
go.
as well.
now they've got more tankiness.
2
too.
healers, 2 tanks, and 2 really skirmishy DPSs. So
Yep, gotta watch out for Tracer.
Tracer
Tracer's
and Genji.
they'll just be running in all the time and running out. So they engage, they disengage real quick.
So Tracer gets the first kill, taking out Junkrat. And
it looks like
Zarya gets the second one.
a couple of kills coming in there.
These Private Profiles are starting to chase them off the point. 2 more kills come in. Hanzo's trying to hold on, but
Point's
he just
going to be
quite
taken
can't quite.
by the. I believe that's the Sauce. No, that's Team Private Profiles taking that one.
Private Profiles take the first point, and it seems like they're chasing them over toward their spawn.
So we'll see what happens if
See if we can
Team
get around
Private
over here.
Profiles is able to hold on.
So the fight starts breaking out inside the building. Zarya's in front. Reinhardt's is within melee range, which is never good for whoever he's next to. The charge comes in, pins the Mercy. They're really stacked up here, ready for retaking this point.
Yep, so they
I'm
took
seeing
the
some
healer
teamwork
out.
here. It's really nice.
It's good to see the Sauce Bros having some good communication and
They're
good,
on the point. There's 4 of them. Zarya's getting pushed off.
good teamwork.
Damage is coming in. Zarya dies. The point is retaken.
Private Profiles moving off and getting.
Sauce Bros uncanning some awesome sauce there.
There we go. That was one of the great moves this time around. It looks like Team Private Profiles are needing to
Hook comes
drop
in.
back, regroup.
Doesn't get the kill though. Looks like Private Profiles are going to have the advantage in this fight as they push back on here. Mercy has her ult burning right now, and they
Private
use that
Profiles.
to retake the point.
Yep, Private Profiles now holding on to the point.
As Sauce Brothers stack up for their next attempt at retaking it. They're once again, Bastion just comes down, but there's
Turret mode, yep.
there's a Diva right in front of him, and her shield will block all of that damage. He's running around here trying to get a flank on him. Let's see if he can get some damage out here. Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look
They've
like he
moved
got
too
much
far
damage
down the
off.
side.
So he's more accurate when you get closer in. Since he is a minigun, he doesn't have too terribly good accuracy from far off.
Private Profiles are just chasing them around and skirmishing with them.
Yep, and holding them into their spawn zone.
But they have a huge ult disadvantage now.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to matter here because that's 100%.
Junkrat
right
kills
there.
Junkrat.
So
And that's
Riptire getting that
100%.
last kill. So Team Private Profiles is going to take the first round on this map.
Handily, but not without resistance.
So now we're at the different section of Oasis. And this one's got, again, the center area where you're able to have 2 different levels. And
The
private
top
profiles.
level and the bottom level to healing care right down here.
Ooh, that's a good thing to have right next to the point. So
But you have to drop down here to get it.
Yes.
So it's a good spot to escape through and a bad spot to get thrown when you don't want to be there.
Yep. And private profiles are going to need to take this one to take the map.
So private profiles are, again, sort of stacking up with a really rather squishy team. We've got a sniper and only 1 tank, and that tank is a Zarya. They do have a Sigma, and Sigma does have that additional shield, it seems.
But not necessarily.
But regardless of their squishiness, they still take the point quite handily on their first attempt.
Yeah, it could be that they are going for the, yes, we're squishy, but we can deal out so much damage that it doesn't matter.
Widowmaker takes 2 in rapid succession.
Oof. Quite wonderful there.
As they push up toward the spawn point of Sauce Brothers.
Yep, so we'll see if they're actually, if Sauce Bros can turn this one around, because they're getting pinned into their spawn zone.
Zarya is really pushing up there. She's kind of pushing her luck there.
And you don't want to push too hard up into the spawn zone, because then you could potentially get zoned out and killed.
Tracer gets 1. There's another ult pops out here. That beam doing a lot of work. She actually gets a kill with that. That laser beam does damage, but it also heals your allies if they're in it as well. So it heals and damages at the same time.
Ooh, that's a good laser beam to have then. So Sauce Bros getting hammered again right outside of their spawn zone.
They're getting forced to just fight right in the zone. And the gravity plus Tracer's bomb kills 3.
And then Tracer gets another one. Now, I'm not entirely sure why Sauce Bros keep going out of their main door.
Unfortunately, there's only 3 doors to get out of this place. There's not really any place to flank from.
So I'm not entirely sure why they seem to have been battling just right there on that first stairwell. They could potentially go around on some of the sides to try and force flanking maneuvers.
Tracer picks up 2 on the backside, but they've actually have gotten around, and they're on point, and the point is going to be captured. Yep. It's contested by 1, but
oof, there we go.
1 is not enough.
Sauce Bros, I believe that's called a back door, where you just sneak in through the back and are able to take the point. So
just as we were asking why they weren't flanking, they flanked.
And the
unfortunately, a Hammond came in and dropped on their heads and killed several of them.
Yep, so that's going to do it. Oh, we're forced into overtime, though.
And that'll be that.
Yep, so it's going to be Team Private Profiles taking the first map of this series of 3. So let's see what that play of the game looks like. And it's going to be the Tracer Bomb.
It's going to be the Tracer Bomb. Now, if you can watch this will be fantastic.
Oh, it looks like we still have those couple of problems with the streams.
Unfortunately. She comes right around the corner, drops the bomb on the Gravity Storm 3.
Gets three kills, and then gets 1 more kill quickly after that.
Very clean.
So we'll be right back after a little break to go to the next map.
Tokyo Bistro. a blend of traditional and modern Japanese cuisine featuring fresh local seafood, seasonal produce, and unique wine and sake selections. Fresh, healthy, and delicious. It's truly a unique dining experience on Oregon's South Coast. Visit Tokyo Bistro.
All right, and we're back for round 2.
Kings Row.
So round 2 of this map is going to be for Kings Row. So the Sauce Bros need to take this one, otherwise they're going to be done for this series of maps. And Team Private Profiles needs to continue to win these maps in order to go forward. As much as I love that, Zach, we don't need to look at that all of the time.
But it's so pretty.
It is
so
so
right,
pretty.
so let's wait
We've got
10 more
more
seconds until they spawn into the map, and we'll have something else to look at, okay?
Yeah, there's more map to look
Until
at.
then...
We can talk strategy, like go through some of these buildings here.
All right, so yeah, I don't think there might be an opening on this side. There is. So you can actually use this to flank around the side here without being seen.
Yep, so and then there's that healing pack back there. But again, it
There's a
leads
healing
right to
pack
this
back
middle
there.
area.
Yeah, unless you can go over that wall, the only way to get past this choke point is to go over the top and through this back balcony.
Yep, so that back balcony is able...
Something you might not have noticed is there's an alleyway back here.
Yep, and that alleyway leads right directly behind the other team.
Some healing, and it leads back here.
All right, a couple of seconds here.
So the Sauce Brothers are stacking up here. They're setting up really far forward. And Reinhardt charges in. He somehow Soldier died by himself. I'm not quite sure where.
That looks like they're just going to push them back.
And that's 2 kills for Sigma as they push him back toward the point. Anna's actually behind the whole team. She
good
hits all of
defending.
them. And that's going to be the point, I think.
That was a good assault there. It is Team Private Profile.
But nobody's on the
I was
point.
backwards. I thought Private Profiles was on the defense at first.
Private Profiles got a little too excited with their kills and pulled everybody off the point for a second there and started losing some of the charge.
Got one person on the point while they've got everybody else forward trying to stop folks from getting forward and defending the point.
So as the fighting is going on here, it's pretty
one-sided right now.
Pretty one-sided. It's all pretty spread out throughout the alleyways on this map. It's a pretty big map.
Yep, and it looks like the Sauce Bros are coming in piecemeal, one at a time. So they've got to regroup to play more cohesively as a whole team in order to push
Private
folks
Profiles
off the
is
point.
just pushing them all the way back.
So far back. Normally this is point 2, and we just got 2 people sitting back on the payload.
And this is going to start costing them some lives as
Private
some
Profiles
kills
overextending
start coming
themselves.
in. They're just too overextended. And Zarya even looks like she threw her ult out at the end there, which
so now
is a
Private
fantastic
Profiles
waste.
still only have 2 people out.
Great
Yet they're
for
on the point. So there's good defending now on the part of the Sauce Bros.
On the part of the Private Profiles, though, they've actually got this the oh, come on, I know the name. The payload. Thank you.
I know.
I was waiting for you to jump in there, man.
No,
I was hoping for it.
I was lost in the action there. I was just like, oh man, this is so good right now. I love it when they have good team fights around the payload.
So Private Profiles actually got the payload all the way almost to where they were overextended to while they were overextended.
Yep, so they make it to point 2 pretty fast.
They do, actually quite fast. As they're going to be pushing forward, and Lucio gets a kill onto a Bastion in the back there. And the kills just keep coming in for Private Profiles
Yep,
here.
they've just got one person back on the payload as the rest of the team goes forward. That's a good strategy, actually. Rather than waiting for the other team to come to you, you're going to the other team in force and leaving like one person behind on the payload to defend.
I'm not sure I agree.
I think it's a good strategy.
The reason why is because you're basically forcing yourself to play down a person, and so what can happen is that you lose that fight, and once you've lost that fight, then you've got one person versus probably 6 people.
And
Here comes the ult. It's going to lift them up just long enough, not quite long enough to get
almost long enough.
the final payload in there.
And there's another a tracer bomb getting thrown out. And that was a good dash by
It was a
Reinhardt.
good dash. He tried. He did his
That'll
best.
do it for round 1 of this map. So Private Profiles getting all 3 points. So we'll see what happens next, where Private Profiles is on the defense and the Sauce Bros are on the offense. So Sauce Bros got to make it all the way back, though.
I have to make it all the way.
And it's still no easy
It's going to be
task
tough.
on either team.
Private Profiles have shown themselves to be one of the best teams we've got here, easily. It's going to be tough. Definitely the task before them is difficult.
Yep, it's not an easy task to beat one of the best teams that are up there. You just like looking at that orb, don't you?
It's so pretty. It's got all the ings.
It's true, spinning, levitating, floating, and it's all shining, maybe.
Sweet.
So, I think
Wait for Private Profiles to set up over here.
I think overall, what I need to see from Sauce Bros is a little bit more teamwork. They still keep coming in 1 or 2 at a time. I don't think they have fully learned the lessons from
Is he hooked
previous
up?
games.
I think he hooked on the orb and was swinging around.
I think he did too. He was tetherballing. Yep. So we'll see what happens here in the next few seconds.
Widowmaker flying up into the air to try and get a quick shot off. Misses.
Yep, it's very difficult to try to get those air shots.
Yes, it is. Those are very high skill shots to make.
It's possible.
It is definitely possible. A lot of pros take those shots.
Maybe our guys,
Hammond
ladies,
rolling
will be up
into the
there at some
back.
point.
Killing the Bastion, rolling back.
Looks like the Sauce Bros coming up with some strong defense. Hammond coming through to the back line.
Sauce Bros are doing really good trying to just sort of inch their shields forward. And Reinhardt is killing 2.
Oh, good
Killing
job there, Reinhardt.
maybe 3. Is he going to get her?
That was a good dash in.
That might just be the point. If they can take those last 2 tanks down.
Oh, and Hammond coming in, doing really well to zone them off.
Hammond got them off. Zarya survived for so long. Hammond got the minefield down.
And was able to zone them off. So that was really close. Sauce Bros
That
almost
was-
taking that point
That was
pretty
very
fast.
close. They definitely showed some teeth there.
Yeah, so the Sauce Bros are not entirely out of this match.
They could do it.
They could definitely do it. I think it just needs, they need to do some more team attacks where they've got all 6 folks going in
Got
at once.
all of the support ults coming in for Private Profiles as Hammond goes rolling over the top again. And they're getting Sauce Bros canned right back up in their spawn.
Well, and it looks like Reaper's trying to get something, but he was in the middle of their whole team. So,
Being in the middle of the whole team is great for not having to really aim at anything.
well, if
Doesn't
you've
matter
got a
which way you
Reaper
shoot.
ult and you're able to use the Death Blossom, I believe is what it's called.
Looks like there's a empowered ults from Anna on
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt. It's a little bit early. And Reinhardt goes down right after, followed by Anna.
Yep, and
He got one, though.
Yep, SWOCC doing some good teamwork right there, but they should have had some more follow-up, and I think the Anna ult came off a little too soon on them.
Was a little bit too soon. Needed to hold on to that. Hammond just chilling up on that ledge up there.
Looks like there's a Hammond ult out there with some mines. Looks like Reinhardt making a run for the point.
But he's surrounded again. And
again, that's
Hammond getting 3 kills. That hamster is a monster.
Yep, and I think SWOCC might be getting a little frustrated by being pinned up all the time in their spawn zone.
He keeps getting that. Oh, and here comes the
Hanzo ult coming in.
Hanzo ult, and he kills 1 inside their spawn. He kills 2 inside their spawn. Oof. He kills 3 inside their spawn.
And again, I'm not sure why the SWOCC are coming out of just that one entrance, because they've got a whole other entrance they could be coming out of. There's the side one.
Bastion sets up right inside there and starts firing. Actually gets a kill there.
And SWOCC trying to make
SWOCC are trying to break out. Bastion takes down Hammond. They might have a chance here with those 2 big kills. Both the tanks are down. They should be able to push out here.
Yep, they got to get to the point though. There's only 4 seconds left.
McCree takes out 2 right on the end.
He was right there next to the point. So Team Private Profiles.
Private Profile wins that game.
Yep, so they're going to win that game and that map.
And this will be that Hanzo ult. This is a fantastic thing.
He's not even looking at it. He just shot the arrow off and turned around and got another one. So Team Private Profiles is going to be taking King's Row, and Team Private Profiles also took Oasis. So this is what the bracket looks like now based off of all of the wins. So round 1, Team Private Profiles winning over We Who Shall Not Be Named. No quarter falling to the law-abiding citizens. Round 2, Team Private Profiles taking down No Quarter. The Sauce Bros losing to We Who Shall Not Be Named. Round 5, No Quarter winning over Sauce Bros. The law-abiding citizens falling to Team Private Profiles. Sauce Bros in round 4 falling to the law-abiding citizens. We Who Shall Not Be Named taking No Quarter. The law-abiding citizens beating We Who Shall Not Be Named in round 5, and Team Private Profiles beating the Sauce Bros. So coming up next is going to be the semifinals and then the finals. So we're going to break this stream momentarily. So the first semifinal match is going to be No Quarter against Team Private Profiles. So we'll break stream here and just be back momentarily with that semifinal match.